Hello everyone, my name's Jolly Green and welcome to episode 15 of Minecraft Through the Ages. We're starting here today in front of the pork chop farm that we made not too long ago, a few episodes back, and it's finally kind of working again. I mean, the spawners are functioning. They haven't been for a couple updates. So I think in today's episode, we are going to take a look at some redstone and see if we can optimize this farm. And we are also probably going to we'll have a little party. We'll make some cake and eat some pork chops. It'll be a fun time. But first, let's take care of these pigs and jump right into the episode. So we do already have pretty much a full chest of pork chops saved up. However, when these pork chops are finally able to stack in a few updates, that's not really going to be that much. It's going to give us less than a full stack of pork. So we definitely want to get something in place so we can have that functioning farm. And I think some of the things that were added are going to help us do exactly that. See, in this episode, we got to do redstone component that I think is going to be super helpful for what we need to do. Of course, I can never remember how to craft anything redstone, so I'm going to kind of wing it. Hopefully, I don't have to look up a recipe. Aha! We got it. So the redstone repeater. It is going to be pretty handy, I feel. We only have enough torches to make one for now, but we're going to want a couple more. Because this is going to allow us to make a pretty decent redstone clock, and I think that's going to be super helpful for this farm. You see, when I first made this farm, I had some lava in this spot here, and then I would just auto-click on the door, and that would push the pigs through. And I'm not sure that we're going to end up doing the same thing. I don't know. We definitely need to take a look and see what our options are. Because one thing that I was thinking is that we could make a redstone clock that just flips this door back and forth for us to push the pigs through. But thinking of it now, I'm almost not certain that's going to be our best option. But before we worry about killing the pigs, I think we need to worry about getting them spawned in. So I'm going to take a look into this cage here and see if we can figure out what the pigs like to spawn on. Because I don't think they'll be able to spawn on this grass down here. Like, see, spawned right on this top platform, even with the torch. So I'm going to take a look and see if that's always the case, and we'll figure out the best way that we can get these pigs to spawn in. So it's definitely looking like the pigs really only want to spawn on this block, like directly underneath the spawner. They'll spawn on these two over here as well, but it's still this same height. So I think what I'm going to do is we'll take down all this dirt. I do have some dirt stashed somewhere, but for now we're just going to recycle this dirt in the farm. And we will raise this platform up and see how that helps with the spawning rates. Oh, it looks like the piggies like their new home. If only they knew that it was going to lead to their ultimate demise. So now that we've got this set up, I think I'm just trying to think of the best way to get them to a killing chamber. And I think just relying on their dumb derpy AI should do the trick for me. We could try using the standard trap doors. I mean, are trap doors a thing yet? Ooh. Trap doors are not a thing yet. Okay, so we can't use trap doors yet. So I think they should just wander off the edge on their own if we just give them an edge to wander off of. I think if we go 2 away from the wall, so that way we can put trapdoors in later. And what if we do something like this? We could probably even leave these squares on the diagonal. I don't see them being smart enough to be able to... Oh, because he still fell off. Yeah, I think we're good. That should be fine. we're going to give this a whirl. I'm going to make sure that our grass spreads, first of all, because we're going to want to make sure that we continue to have grass up there. I found they're not spawning on dirt at all. It has to be the grass. So we just want to keep that in mind as we're building this. But I think this is going to work just fine. So another option that actually just came to mind might not be a bad idea. Let's go in the house and craft up some stuff. We'll take a look and see if this is going to work even better. It looks like I need more string. So the idea that I have in mind involves a new addition this update, which is dispensers. So I'm thinking if dispensers work like they do in current Minecraft, then we should be able to use them to dispense buckets of water and flush the pigs out every so often. If we set that up to a redstone clock to just go off every 30 seconds or so, then that should be perfect, I'd imagine. The only issue that we're coming across now is that I have like one string. It's this one right here. And that's not enough, because if we're going to do this, we need a bunch of dispensers, which require bows, which I have no bows. Oh, but look at all that redstone. That's perfect. So I think we need to get equipped to go fight some spiders so we can get some string. And we came across a spider spawner last episode, and I think we may go take a look at that. We'll set up a couple farms today if we have the time. I'm ready to kill some spiders. So I think with that, I'm definitely thinking the best option is going to be to try to build a farm. And we should be able to do that with little to no problem with just basically what we have on us, I think. So let's explore. I'm pretty sure the spawners that we found were off in this direction. Hopefully we can find that spider spawner, because we're going to need string for other things too, and I'd rather not go hunting at night because I'm a little scared. This is probably my least favorite bug in the game right now. It's definitely nighttime. We're trying to sleep. It tells us we can only sleep at night. But if we step off the bed, now it's night. What a miracle. So I started off on that adventure to go find the spider spawner, and then I quickly realized that I'm probably going to get lost and not going to be able to find my way home. So let's come back and build a compass. I also probably want some food for this journey too, because I only have 1 cooked pork chop and 2 uncooked. So that will be a good thing to have. I found it. So it was a little further north than I expected it to be, but this hole right here leads down to the double spawner. I'm not sure which mob it is, but we'll find that out as time comes. And that means that this pillar here leads down to the other one. So I'm thinking there's this cave on the side here. Maybe we can attach both of these, or like link these up into one big farm room, essentially. I don't think we'll be able to activate all 3 of them at the same time. I would be very surprised if we could. But even just having one room with all 3 mob farms set up, that's going to be pretty handy. So I think we're going to try to make this happen. I'm going to do some digging, see if we can link up these 2. I'm probably going to die because I don't think it's lit up properly down here. At least this is. Oh, and this is our skelly spawner. Okay. And then the double spawner should be this way, I think. I know it's going to be hard to see. I'm going to cut now and come back when I actually have progress made. So I've been doing some digging, and it's a lot further apart between these 2, or I guess between these 3 spawners that I thought. So over here, if we come down here, we have the zombie spawner, and then just over here, the spider spawner. So these are actually pretty close. So we can definitely activate them both at the same time, which is pretty handy. Not that we're going to need a ton of rotten flesh, but the XP is going to be nice. So I've come to the conclusion that on this spot here, we activate both spawners. So I think this is going to be the level that we actually build this, like the room of the farm. And then we have this spawner over here. So there's no way that I'll be able to activate both this one and either one of those over here. But that's okay, because I don't really have to. It would have been cool to have all three active at once, but I think this is going to work out better anyways. And eventually when we get redstone lamps, we can actually have switches to turn the farms on and off and choose which one we want to be using. So I think I'm going to get to building the actual farm itself. It's not going to be anything fancy. Most likely just hollow out this area, make the 9x9, and funnel them into a water tube. Basically, essentially what we were doing with the pigs. Oh, geez, heard that at the last second. But essentially what we were doing with the pigs, except with zombies and spiders instead. Probably won't do any fall damage for the spiders at the very least, because that gets a little tricky. But we'll still be able to do a drop shoot with the zombies and then have them both meet somewhere up here at this platform area. So that way we can stand in one spot and kill them both. Well, guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. However, I was working in here, digging this area, and a creeper came and blew up. And of course, he blew up the spawner that we needed, like the spider spawner. The whole reason we were out here making these farms in the first place just comes and gets blown up by a creeper. So I don't know. I'm a little disappointed by that. I don't know what we're going to do now because we did need string. I did get 9 string from the dungeon chest in here. So maybe we could just make that work for us. All I need is a fishing pole in all reality. And a bow. Oh, I need many bows. Yeah, this isn't going to work for us. Well, now, seeing as how it doesn't even benefit us really, I'm going to head back home, I think. And we'll reevaluate our situation and see what we're going to do about this. So apparently I ended up taking the fast track home. As I was leaving, I noticed that it was night, so I went to sleep. And the same thing that happened to me last episode happened again, where as I'm laying down in bed, a skeleton spawns on me, kills me. So here I am, back home. I'm going to try to venture back out and get my stuff, because like I said, I did have that 9 string, and that's the whole reason that I was going for that anyways. I'm going without any gear, so hopefully we make it. Now, I know it's going to be hard to see down here, but I did manage to find another spider spawner. And as long as we can prevent this from getting blown up by a creeper, then we should be able to make a pretty decent farm out of it. As you can see, we kind of already got a farm going. And it has a large chest. I don't think I've ever seen a dungeon with a large chest in it. That's neat. Look at all this string here. See, it's already working as a pretty decent farm. So I might just take some of this string and go finish the pig farm first. But no, let's make at least a decent farm out of this. And then we will we'll go finish the pig farm, and then we will farm the zombies and skeletons, which probably won't be anything too exciting. I think this is going to be the most basic of our farms right here, because I don't think I'm even going to use water. I think I'm just going to use the spider's AI to target the player and call that a day. But first, I do want to dig this out, and we will take extra precautions to make sure no creepers come and blow up the spawner again. But once this is all dug out, we'll get a farm, and then I'll come back and update you. And I think this is close enough to where we can connect it to the other farms over there. It's just going to be kind of a long hallway of farms, more or less, but I think we can make that work. So I've managed to get the room dug out. It's all dark in there. I'm just working on the killing chamber now. I thought I could use stairs like this to be able to swipe at the spiders, but apparently stairs still have the hitbox of a full block, so I can't just swipe past them like that. So let's see if swapping these out with some slabadoos fixes anything for us. No. Still can't swipe them. So in that case, what if we just leave it like this? This could work. I just have no way of collecting the string is the thing. Yeah, see, it's just collecting the string that we need to figure out. But in all honesty, this isn't working too bad. For as basic of a farm as this is, it's like, look at all that string right there. Maybe we can put a door in somewhere. I mean, that kind of works, I suppose. I don't know. That we could... Ah! Okay, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay. What if we flip this door around? That should work, right? Oh, just don't stand too close, I suppose. He jumped down on my head. Yeah, so I mean, the farm definitely has its flaws, but I mean, how much string are we really going to need this early game? And I mean, not even just early game. I mean, in all honesty, we shouldn't need that much string. Oh, but now I can get string to string up the roof of the house so we don't get creepers spawning on it. That's not a bad idea. But yeah, so as you can see, very basic farm. Gets the job done. Gets me string. And that's what's important. So now, I think I'm going to AFK here and then on to the piggies. Or back to the piggies, I guess. I've discovered a major flaw in my plan. So, with the pig farm, and even with this farm, I thought it'd be a good idea to be able to flush the items out if we use the dispenser with a bucket of water. Well, have I got news for you? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That was dumb. That was dumb. Oh, and my button's gone. Did it just really disappear? I guess a lever it is. So look at this. Bucket in the dispenser. Trigger dispenser. Oh, you'd think that water would be flowing, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you think that? But no, look at that. Do you see that? It shot out the bucket of water. That is not at all what I wanted to happen. Which means that the thought of using water buckets on a clock in the pig farm is not going to work. And I don't know how to get my water bucket now. I'm going to probably die. And I'll... come on. Let me in. Come on. Oh, I got it. No, I'm going to die. God dang it. So now I got to make the trip back over this way just to get my stuff. But then I have to figure out something else to do with that pig farm. I may just put water down and have them wander into the water. I think, honestly, that sounds like the best call at the moment. But I'm going to go get my stuff. And I'll meet you back at the pig farm. So after discovering that our original plan with the dispensers and water buckets wasn't going to work, I decided to keep it a little more basic. So essentially we have our 2x2 spawning platforms checkerboarded all around the inside area there. And the pigs are pretty stupid, so they just kind of walk off. And they do it pretty quickly, so we do get a good amount of pigs spawning in. And then they come into this water stream down here. Let's see if I could show you a little better. Left this open for this exact reason. They come into this water stream. They get pushed down. And I believe as soon as they're in that water stream, they're out of range for these spawners to be able to spawn another one. So, it's decently quick. And then they come down here and get burned in the lava. The lava is being held back with that sign and just this slab. And the water pushes them up onto the slab. I think we do lose some in the lava. But in all honesty, look at this. We've got plenty. I don't think we need to worry about pork chops for a good long while. Now we just need a better way of cooking them all. Which hopefully the setup that we have now will actually allow them to be auto-cooked in a few updates. I'm not sure exactly when that'll happen, but the lava should cook the meat at some point. It'll be later. But that'll just give us an excuse to set up an auto smelter once we have the ability to make an auto smelter, so that'll be exciting. Now, I'm trying to hold off on a lot of the actual building projects in this world until we get a few more options, or it's at the very least easier to access those options. Like, we could use colored wool now and make something that looks decent, but it's going to be such a pain to get the wool because you have to dye the sheep and then punch it. And then when you punch it, you could possibly kill it. And then you have to dye another sheep. And that's going to use a lot of sheep, a lot of dyes. And I just don't see that grind being worth it at the moment. But what I do see being worth it at the moment is setting up those two other mob farms. We have a zombie farm and a skeleton farm that we have to set up. I guess we don't have to, but it would be super helpful for both experience and like arrows and such. So I'm going to head back over this way to the farm setup and see what we can do about getting just two little mob farms hooked up for us. And so we said we were going to keep these farms basic. Well, this one is about as basic as it gets, in all honesty. I'll show it here in a minute once I get this sign made. But you can't really see it, but essentially what we have is a dark hole with water in the bottom. The water is pushing all the zombies up over to this water stream where right now they're drowning, but I'm hoping I can do something about that potentially. Yeah, so they're not drowning anymore. Now can we get them to come over to here? This will set the zombies free if this actually works, but it looks like it's not going to. What about... Do we have fence gates yet? See, I've been doing these videos and I'm not even sure what's actually in the game and what's not. Let's try this. Get a couple more sticks. I can never remember which way this goes. Either way, that's not in here yet. Okay, so we may have to wait until like a future update to make this better. Because right now the zombies are getting caught on this sign, which I don't really like. Of course, as soon as I take the water away, they start to bounce again. Oh, I messed up again. We should be okay. We can handle a couple of them. What if we do that so they can't get out? See, this is my end goal here, I think, is to have them right in this spot. And actually, I think I just did it. Let's test her. Yeah, they're coming right out. I don't know. See, the reason that I wanted them to come out here is so I could pick up the drops. Oh, okay. I guess I can pick up the drops. Cool. I think that should do the trick. Yeah, look, they're coming out. So, of course, this isn't going to work once baby zombies are a thing, but they're not here yet, so we're not going to worry about a problem that doesn't exist yet. So there, we have our first, or no, I guess that's our third basic farm. Super basic, but gets the job done. Just like that. Bunch of zombies, they come up to the top. Now I just got to do something about all this junk down here, and we'll make our way over to the skeleton farm. And probably do basically the same thing, except we might have to modify it a little bit so they don't shoot us. Oh yeah, that works great. Alright, so I think we actually got something that's going to work for now. The best that we got with the resources that we have on hand. And when I say these farms are basic, I mean they are very basic. Let's take a peek. Just a dark room with the spawner. Fall into the water. Basically the same deal as the zombies. And then they go into the water stream and come right up this way where we can swipe at their feet. Now it can get a little dangerous, as you can see when they come up. They can see you. I think I can work around that to a point. It's just going to take a little configuring. Actually, I think let's do this real quick. I think we can fix it. I think if we take one more sign, stick that somewhere like right there. And then we can bring this down one. And I think by bringing this down one and putting that sign there, we should be able to... And you can see they do drown, so it does make it pretty much AFK-able. Let's see if this works as intended. No, not quite. Is this the ticket? Oh, I think I need another sign, but I think we've got it. Which I don't have another sign handy, of course. There, I think with that actually makes it safe. Let me turn the sound down a little. Holy cow. There. But yeah, I think that's going to do the trick, because even from up there, they shouldn't be able to hit me at all. The only downside is that the items aren't really coming to us this way. Interesting. Oh, not good, not good, not good. I just want a way to get those items, boss. Did that get it? No? That did. So it's... Jeez, that's gonna kill me. This is gonna kill me. Especially that. Uh-oh. There. Okay, we got it. We're good. We're good. We're good. Let's grab some pork chops. But I think we took a lot of the danger out of it. We made it so we can actually retrieve the items now and still not get shot. So I think this is going to work just fine. And they still take drowning damage, which honestly is perfect, because I could just sit right here and collect the items and not have any worries at all. Is this a safe spot? Looks like it. Oh, that's not a safe spot. See, I just want to be able to find a spot where I can sit and collect items. And I think this is it. But honestly, all the bones that we're getting from this is going to be super helpful. I mean, bone meal is going to be very nice to have at this point in the game. So I'm pretty pleased with the farms that we got. We actually got quite a bit done this episode. I think this is where we're going to call it an episode, though, because we've already gotten a lot done. And there we go. We grew a tree down here. But if you watched this far, thank you for sticking around. I hope you liked the farms. As I say, they are about as basic as they get. But that's going to do it for me. If you liked, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment if you feel so inclined, and give me a like over on Twitch if you use Twitch. But that'll be all for me. Thanks for watching. Stay jolly.